Well, folks, it sadly seems, or maybe not sadly, depending on your stance on it, that Doron Dororon is getting canceled in the next few issues of Weekly Shonen Jump. Let's talk about it. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Shonen Soup. I'm your host, Botox Media, and today I wanted to shine a light on not just Doron Dororon, but also Earthchild, two series that have been fighting it out at the back of the magazine and rankings for the past several months. Two series that I've been reading. Doron actually started back when it started at the end of 2021. Earthchild I picked up around chapter 10, I believe, and I just want to talk about both these series because I do believe that both are getting canceled very soon. Just kind of shine the light on them, maybe shine a negative light depending on some aspects, and just talk about this. So we basically know that Doron's getting canceled, or not officially, but seemingly so, based on the fact that Volume 4 and 5 of the manga are releasing on the same day, October 4th, 2022, in Japan. They don't do that. Shueisha does not do that. They do not release two volumes of a manga on the same day. If you're reading it currently, the current arc is... it's very final. I mean, they're fighting like the main enemy. They're fighting the final enemies. We're getting all these crazy moments that, had the series ran for 100 chapters, it could have been impactful, but it just feels like they're trying to wrap it up, and it's sad. So we'll get to Earthchild in a bit, but let's just focus on Doron for now, as I'm titling the video after Doron. So much potential here, and it's just sad because, like, I get the struggle. I understand now that I'm reading almost everything in Weekly Shonen Jump, I can see why a series like this would fail. Doron has very good traits. I think Dora and Kusanagi are very cool characters. I like Dora a lot. I especially like Kusanagi. Kusanagi is a great character plot device all in one, right? The issue with Doron, and it just has been a lot of modern Shonen Jump battle manga, they're all the same. They are all the same. Mononoke, yokai, demons, devils. It's all the spirits, ghouls. It's all the same thing. Dora is just a protagonist who essentially uses a katana. There was so much potential. I think Key mentioned this on our Manga Panel podcast, which you can listen to every week. Go check out that. That'll be linked down below. Early chapters of Doron had very interesting uses with Kusanagi, because Kusanagi is this Mononoke who's good and can transform into other things. And there were some other instances in the manga where they actually did some cool stuff with that, like he turned into a whip at one point. And there's other things that they could have done with Kusanagi. But for the most part, Dora just uses him as a katana, which is really boring, you know? Look at Demon Slayer, bro. Don't just do Demon Slayer again. It just feels like Doron Dororon had a good setup and was just squandered pretty much, I want to say instantly, but it really took him until around chapter 10, I think, which isn't long at all, but it took it around until around chapter 10 that, like, things just seemed to just stagnate. Nothing was happening, nothing was moving, nothing interesting was happening, I should say, and it is very sad because, as I mentioned, I started reading Doron back when it started at the end of 2021, and I had a lot going for it. Like I said, I think Kusanagi's a great character. I like Dora. I like his motivations. I like the art. I think is actually, I think it's more of an acquired taste. I don't know if most people would say, like, oh, Doron has really good art, but I personally like Doron's art a lot. I like the action panels. I like the mangaka's art and just how he draws combat. I think it's very well done. I think it's Gen Asuka is the mangaka of the series, or Gen Asuka. He had another series, I think, called Golem Hearts. I'll put it up on screen. And I want to go back to read that. This is his second series, serialized series. He's done a couple one-shots. That series only ran for, I believe, 16 chapters. So this has basically doubled in length from that. So he is getting further. You know, he passed the first serialization meeting. There was a serialization meeting at Shueisha at Weekly Shonen Jump where Doron was not canceled, which is good. And I just think he has a lot of potential. And so to see it ending, I can't say I'm very sad about it. You know, it has been a drag to read the past 10 chapters, but it's just sad in the sense that it had so much potential. But it's Weekly Shonen Jump, and there are so many battle manga that eclipse this that it's not even funny. Jujutsu Kaisen, Sakamoto Days, My Hero Academia, One Piece. We just had Aliens Area Star there, or Mashal even, you know, Undead Unluck. There are so many more battle manga in this magazine that are better that it just really never stood a chance. To be a successful battle manga, you have to set yourself apart immediately. You have to do something unique. You have to set up good characters. You have to have a good first arc. And not that this is a video about Aliens Area, I think Aliens Area is falling into these same kind of traps right now where nothing interesting is happening. We are 10 chapters in and nothing good is happening. The first combat sequence in Aliens Area is one of the most boring things I've ever read. And I like the setup for Aliens Area also. I think Shiraku, the scientist guy, the person that works for the Aliens FBI, whatever it's called, he's a cool character. The main character, Tatsunami, is not. Tatsunami is painfully boring. And I think Aliens Area is already placing at the back of the magazine. I think it'll share a very similar fate to Doron here in about 3 or 4 months, whenever the next serialization is after this current one that we're about to go into. So yeah, Doron most likely getting canceled. I wanted to talk about it because I think I'll probably never talk about Doron again. And give me that Kusanagi plush. I would buy that. I would actually buy that. So give it to me, Shueisha. But now I want to talk about Earthchild, because this is kind of these two series, as I mentioned, have been kind of just fighting it out at the back of the magazine. And this one I don't like as much, which might actually be kind of surprising, because I think Earthchild does too much. It's trying way too hard, I think. There are so many interesting and unique and new and creative ideas being thrown into this manga in every chapter that it is just the ultimate roller coaster ride, but like it's only going down, right? And you want to throw up. That's what it feels like. You know the anticipation when you're going up the roller coaster and you're like, oh man, this is great. And then you go down for a little bit and then you go back up. I like that microphone. Earthchild, since chapter 1, has just been going, pew. And that's not good. It is interesting to read every week, I will say. Well, I would say the past couple chapters I'm just kind of over it, you know? There's a hair in my face and I can't get it. There it is. The first, like, I don't know, we're on like chapter 24. I would say the first like 20 chapters until, spoiler alert, recently there was like a time skip, right? Where the son has kind of grown up into an elementary schooler or a middle schooler, right? Can't remember how old he is. And those first 20 chapters, I think, encapsulate like an arc, right? And I think that arc is fine. It's not great by any means. They still did way too much and were trying to fit in too many ideas. And as I've been doing this manga panel podcast, I think every single week since we started it, which was about around chapter 13, I think, every single week we've talked about when the series is going to end, because every chapter feels like it's setting up the end. And that's not good. It's not. Once again, I respect the mangaka for trying to cram so many unique and creative ideas into the series, but at the end of the day, it's just too much, and I think the series is not going to age well. I think binging the series would be horrible. Reading it weekly, you get a little bit of time to digest, but if I tried to binge this, I think I'd have a panic attack, bro. It's too much. There's too much going on in Earthchild. It had interesting characters, interesting setup. The art is gorgeous in Earthchild also. There are some fantastic 2-page spreads in the series showing Kariri, the girl, and Reisuke, the main protagonist, and it is a beautiful series, but it's like a beautiful car wreck almost. You know, the art's fantastic, the ideas are very out there and unique, but like I said, boo, just all the way down. So I think if Doron's getting canceled first, I think Earthchild will be right there behind it, and we will get 2 new series shortly after. Probably we're on a double issue break right now. I think if I had to predict when it's going to happen, I think Doron probably has 2 chapters left, maybe Earthchild 3. Although part of me thinks that maybe they would cancel Earthchild first, just because its volume sales are doing much worse than Doron. Not that Doron's doing good, but maybe Earthchild will get canceled first, and then Doron a week after. They normally do these in pairs, right? Or maybe even triplets, where they will cancel one series, one issue, another series the next. I think the last serialization meeting, it was Ayashimon and then Shogumaru. So they do this. Also, I think there was, what was before that? Because then Super Smartphone started a few weeks before. That was weird. Of course, we recently had Aliens Area and Ruby Dragon start. Ruby Dragon is on indefinite hiatus, so I wouldn't be surprised if that series either gets... I don't want to see it get axed. I really liked what we saw of Ruby Dragon. I think it can maybe move to Jump Plus or something. I think that would be better for the mangaka's health. But yeah, we'll see. So that's all I wanted to say for today's video, guys. What are you thinking currently about Doron Dororon and Earthchild? Are you guys reading them at all? Are you interested in reading them? I would say if you haven't read them at all, I would say probably just don't bother, you know? If you want to see what I'm talking about with Earthchild specifically, though, give it a read, and you will know exactly what I mean. Boom! It is that. So, it is certainly a sight to behold, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which series is going to get canceled first? Are you excited for whatever new series is coming? And then let me just kind of get a vibe check. What are your current feelings on, like, the newer manga in the magazine? Super Smartphone's been really good. Aliens Area has been kind of middling. And then Doron and Earthchild have just been sad. Sad to see the decline, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for the support on the Akane Banashi video. I don't expect this one to do very well at all compared to that, because people like Akane Banashi and people don't like Doron Dororon and Earthchild. But I like covering these smaller series that most YouTubers aren't talking about, because this is the stuff that I am passionate about. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, I do a manga podcast called the Manga Panel Podcast every week, covering every manga in the issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. The stuff that I'm not caught up on, the other guys are caught up on. So we talk about every chapter every week, and it is a ton of fun. So go check out Manga Panel Podcast for our in-depth thoughts on each chapter. Of course, you can follow my main YouTube channel, Botox Media, for video game coverage. You can follow me on Twitter at Botox Media, TikTok, Instagram, all those places. My Discord, which is mostly a video game Discord, but you didn't hear from me. Go check out that link down below. And until next time, folks, peace.